missed rows on True TV, 76,000. I said this last time. Shout out to Mrs. Me Too.
The reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Angel Reese was supposed to be the next big thing in women's basketball, so you might be asking what went wrong. However, things aren't going as expected. The league's viewership is dropping, and many fans are leaving the game. In order to comprehend how a player with so much hype ended up acting as the face of a failed league, let's look at the unexpected demise of Angel Reese and the Unmatched League, as well as the reasons why people are choosing not to watch.
Yay! Just when you thought ratings for Unrivaled could not get any lower, America sends a clear message. Actually, America sent them a clear reminder: we're not interested in watching pretend basketball.
When this league first began, there was a lot of excitement, and 300,000 people attended the first few games. Angel Reese was expected to be the face of this revolution, and everyone predicted that she would be the next big thing, the player who would make college basketball obsolete. Recall how everyone believed that the Unrivaled League would permanently alter women's basketball. That dream swiftly became a nightmare, which is why fans are pulling away.
Let me know, wasn't it Angel Reese that said, people are tuning in for her? Not just that one girl, but people are tuning in for her too. And that she was part of the reason that we had the rise in ratings.
As the season went on, those viewer numbers started to decline faster than a bad shot, and we're talking about games that barely reach 100,000 viewers. When Reese plays, you might be wondering, wait, isn't Angel Reese supposed to be a superstar? Because that's what everyone believed.
Angel Reese might be well known. Angel Reese may be a star on social media, but there's a huge difference between a star and a draw. The truth is, Angel Reese is not.
Reese's star power was the league's biggest investment, and they expected her to attract fans like Caitlin Clark. However, instead of dominating, Ray is struggling and looking lost, getting benched for players like Lexi Hall. Can you believe it? The player who should represent the league is watching from the sidelines, while others take the initiative.
Lexi Hall, Indiana Fever saved their ass. But that's not the point. It's funny how that works. When Angel is sidelined and the focus isn't on her, look at me, her teams, generally speaking, actually get a victory. Why doesn't this tell anybody anything?
When Angel Reese performs the Angel, you might wonder why the audience isn't paying attention. It's like seeing a completely different player from the one we saw in college, because Reese isn't living up to the hype. She struggles on defense, doesn't seem to be able to contribute offensively, and seems to be out of sync with her team. Her heated reaction response is simple. They aren't seeing the dominant performer they were hoping for.
The individual star power doesn't seem to be drawing crazy. This doesn't seem to be changing anything. Because the Phantom, with or without Sabrina, get the same amount of views. The Rose with Angel Reese are the least viewed team in the league. They are, or at least one at least viewed.
Additionally, we must not overlook Caitlin Clark, who is not even a member of this league, but whose shadow looms large. Every time her name is mentioned, it serves as a painful reminder of what the Unmatched League is lacking. Rather than producing its own superstar, they are left with a tournament that lacks the real deal. All right, let's look at the numbers because they are telling an incredible story. Even if you may believe that there are only a few terrible games, stick put because the Unrivaled League is seeing a rising internet division that is much worse than anyone could have predicted.
But we've got to be completely honest here. It is a league first and foremost, and the most important thing is that the league long term is going to be profitable, or at least it looks like it has the potential to be. Otherwise, once that TV deal is done in 3 years, it's over. And right now, this has not been the greatest look in the world for Unrivaled.
When Angel Reese performs, it gets worse. For instance, last Saturday's game featured Angel Reese on the court during prime time. How many people do you think watched 89,000? That's all they could manage in a league that was intended to transform women's basketball. Remember that incredible debut with 300,000 viewers? Well, those days are long gone. Some games are barely drawing 100,000.
But Angel Reese specifically has been brutally exposed. And her own fans have stopped watching her in this thing. They have stopped watching. How do you know? 89,000 viewers last Saturday when she was on TV. 89,000.
However, it appears that fans are deliberately ignoring Reese's games, and the numbers actually rise when other players, like Kate Martin, take the court. Can you believe that the player who should symbolize the league is no longer receiving any attention?
The scariest thing is that the Rose and Lunar Owls game had 89,000 people. There were less than 100,000 people watching this game. I mean, that is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Like, this was a game where Angel Reese played. She is supposed to be the biggest draw in the league.
It turns out that the league is depending on star power, but without true superstars like Caitlin Clark, it is struggling to sustain interest, and Ree is turning into the spokesperson for that failure. You may be wondering now if this is just Ree, or if the league is collapsing as a whole.
Folks, the battle between Dejanay Carrington and Angel Reese barely broke 75,000 viewers. 76,000 viewers? Are you kidding me? Are you shitting me right now? And tell me again how you're moving the needle. I kid you not. If Caitlin Clark would have played in that game, it would have got 500,000 viewers.
As the numbers worsen and people start to wonder if this league can even survive, experts say that Reese's presence may not be the draw, but rather how they're playing. Her college performance set the bar high, but now she's not living up to it. The league's average viewership has dropped to 204,000, which is a far cry from what they had hoped for. It's like watching a car crash in slow motion every week. Fans are sensing the excitement.
And it's not just my calculations. Headline of the Sports Business Journal, Unrivaled averaging 204,000 viewers to date. Monday night, there were two more games broadcast on TNT. The first game was between the Vinyl and the Phantom. Interesting choice of words, Phantom. It perfectly describes their ratings. Their audience is a ghost. They literally cannot find people willing to watch.
As the numbers worsen and people start to wonder if this league can even survive, experts say that Reese's presence may not be the draw, but rather how they're playing. Her college performance set the bar high, but now she's not living up to it. The league's average viewership has dropped to 204,000, which is a far cry from what they had hoped for. It's like watching a car crash in slow motion every week. Fans are sensing the excitement.
Angel Reese failed to break 100,000 viewers. Now tell me again how everybody's tuning in for.
You have to wonder what the league will do because they bet everything on producing their own superstar, but instead they're left without the real deal. Every time her name is mentioned, it's like a painful reminder of what the unmatched league is missing. Imagine this Angel Reese standing at the logo crowd, holding their breath, about to take a deep three Caitlin Clark style. As the ball leaves her hands arcing in the air, time seems to slow down, but then whoosh, it's not just a miss. It's an error so terrible that the audience as a whole moans.
But it's like when Angel Reese shot that deep three, there was 10 seconds of silence after the air ball. No one knew what to say. It's completely fine to say, I like the confidence. Probably a bit too far for Angel Reese. I like the confidence in her shooting it though. Like, that is a not negative.
Although you might believe that everyone makes poor shots, this wasn't your usual one. Reese's attempt to show that she could effortlessly accomplish the same feats as Caitlin Clark backfired miserably. Let me tell you, it's similar to witnessing someone try a magic trick they watched on TV just to find out it's a dirty sock.
Show the other day where she lined up for that wide open top of the key three and then airballed it. Holy crap, the fallout from that is still ongoing right now. She's still getting.
So there's probably not one individual player that has benefited more from Unrivaled than Kate Martin. Look, Kate Martin was somebody that came into the WNBA and nobody, and I mean nobody, thought she was going to make the Las Vegas Aces roster. Like, the Las Vegas Aces drafted 3 players. Obviously, Liz Kitley was injured. Everyone thought kind of, Liz Kitley's probably going to go and make that Vegas team eventually. And a lot of people thought that Asia Fair was going to make that team. But that Asia Fair gets cut, Kate Martin makes the team, and within 5 games, she is a star.
Ray is all flash and no substance, trying to be someone she's not. And it's painfully obvious that she's tough, versatile, and has that genuine, unwavering commitment that coaches love. In contrast, Martin is out there working tirelessly on the little things that win games.
Angel Reese got a little bit of her own medicine last night from Kate Martin. Now, she flopped around on the ground like she's LeBron's play cousin out there because we know he's the ultimate flopper.
As Lexi Hull replaces her, the league's purported face might soon be observing from the sidelines. It's so horrible for Rays that it would be like casting Tom Cruise for your movie and then giving all his lines to the actor who plays man in Coffee Shop Number 3. Let me illustrate something for you.
Lexi Hull showing Angel Reese how it's done. It was an awful game for Angel Reese. Guys, she's getting.
That air ball has come to stand for everything that is wrong with Reese's performance in the Premier League. It appears like she's attempting to win a dance competition by dancing the robot, which might look fine for a time but won't earn you any prizes. It only serves to highlight the fact that professional sports are unpredictable, which is what keeps us all on the edge of our seats. Can you imagine that Angel Reese, the athlete who is supposed to represent the unrivaled league, is even being discussed?
Angel Reese does not belong in this league. Angel Reese, this league is a paycheck for Angel.
Let's look at what's really going on here. As you may remember, Angel Reese was predicted to be the next big thing, but now that she's being benched for players like Lexi Hull, you heard right. Not only that, but Reese is struggling because she's being outperformed by players no one was even talking about when the league first started, which must be painful.
Here, let's be honest, Laces and Rose was Kate Martin versus Lexi Hull. We know who those fans were there to watch. It was Kate Martin versus Lexi Hull. We can be honest here, that was the matchup that people wanted to see. And in fairness, some people want to see the Kate Martin versus Angel Reese matchup. But the people out there watching them were there specifically to watch that matchup, maybe the other matchup.
But as Rhea is having trouble, this is when things start to get really interesting. You have to wonder what this league would be like if Caitlin Clark were playing. Will we even be discussing Rays? Or would she just be another player attempting to stay up? Because she is not just meeting but surpassing expectations.
She's incredible. She's got range that you have to pick her up basically as soon as she crosses the half court line because she's dangerous from everywhere. Like you're watching shooting against her. Like Caitlin Clark's going to be in that conversation here for years. Not like that girl can flat out.
Actually, Reese's problems are drawing attention to a bigger problem. Without superstars like Clark, this league has the star power it needs, and a lot of fans are turning out and voting with their remote controls when replays. It's like they can see right through her.
Birthday, we take no days off over here, folks. We take no days off over here. Caitlin Clark in the gym, of course, getting in some work on her birthday. The job is not done.
Angel Reese's career may seem to be over before it even started, but there are more twists than a pretzel factory in this story. We've seen her succeed in college, but nobody is talking about the key to her success in the workplace. Is it her mindset training, or is there something going on behind the scenes that we don't know about? Because let me tell you, the difference between college and professional Reese is like night and day.
Y'all's attendance situation, it doesn't look great. It comes across looking terrible on. It's a pretty poor looking product on television from an attendance standpoint. Like what they should have done, pulled an AEW here, put a bunch of seats back here and packed everybody on this one back side so everybody thinks the arena is actually full.
There is still one more twist that could drastically alter course events, but the unmatched league's big gamble on Angel Reese is collapsing and burning. And it's not only Reese who is demonstrating how much this league requires true superstars to exist without game-changing players like Caitlin Clark. The big shock is that both of these explanations could be wrong since there's a wild card component that no one has yet taken into account. Most people think that Angel Reese just can't handle it at the pro level, but some think that she might be battling with problems we can't even see.
Women's basketball on the map. Millions of people were watching Angel Reese. No, millions of people were watching Caitlin Clark. Go check out games with Angel Reese that don't involve Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese couldn't sell out home games, wasn't selling out at LSU. She damn sure isn't selling out the dump.
One thing is certain. Pro basketball hype only gets you so far. In the end, your game does the talking, and at the moment, Angel Reese's game isn't saying much at all. What do you think will happen next? Will Reese find her groove, or will the league continue to spiral? Let us know in the comments so that the unmatched league can turn things around, or is this the beginning of the end for a league that promised so much but delivered so little?